Welcome to the first episode of the ZQUAKE podcast. My name is Julian Sonnenberg, and today we are joined here by a very special guest. He moved to the U.S. from Haiti as a teenager, not speaking English. He defied odds, became a professional soccer player, and a very successful man. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pedy.
Pedy.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, man.
Of course, man. And how do you say your full name? Sorry, I can't pronounce it correctly.
Pedashoo Deneus.
Pedashoo Deneus. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let's get right into it. So I want to talk about your childhood and growing up in Haiti. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, man. Put me on the spot here. Haiti is different, Things are different comparing to here. Everybody's so close. It's like a village, Everybody knows everybody. I loved it. Well, most part I loved it. It's from going to school, making friends, the food, the people, the country, everything is different. Most people see Haiti, like they see certain part of Haiti. And unless you were born there, grew up there, you may not know the other parts of it, the one that no one sees, the one where, farmers, where you get to eat all healthy food, where you get to, your parents will say, you know what, hey, go get this for me at the store. You'll go and, hey, my mom sent me. They know based on your mom, you get this, you get that. Or the friends you get to make, how family, let's say, when I was growing up in Haiti, let's say if I'm on the street doing something and a different family member sees me or the neighbor sees me, they could go, hey, I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do that, just because your parents wouldn't like it. So growing up in Haiti is different. It was definitely a culture shock when I first got here.
So it was definitely more of a community environment where everyone knows everyone. It's more everyone's kind of like a family in their towns, and everyone is close with each other, that type of thing.
Yes. It's more like that, from your neighbor where you're going to eat your neighbor's house, or it's an open door where neighbors at night sitting around, kids running around, whether it's playing sports and grown up playing, just jokes around, singing or playing, whichever. It's more close than it is here.
What was your town called in Haiti?
It's called Liancourt. It's like in a department called Artibonite.
Very nice. And do you have any siblings?
In Haiti, well, here, yes. My dad was a bit of a, different. I have 6 siblings.
All right.
One girl, though, a sister. Just one sister, all of us boys.
All right, very nice. And how old are you? How old were you when you moved to the
When
US?
I moved there, actually, I came here the day that I turned 14.
14.
Like
what grade were you in?
Day that I turned 14. In Haiti, I was very advanced. I maybe had 3 more classes to finish high school.
Oh, wow.
But when I got here, I started, 9th grade.
What was the schooling experience like in Haiti?
It's different. So we are taught to memorize things. In Haiti, you memorize things and you have lessons, you have dictations, things like that. Mostly everything is taught in French too. Even though we speak Creole, but in school we taught everything. Everything is French mostly. So let's say here, if you go to school, you don't do your homework, right? You get a 0, or you might get a call home, or you get to redo it again. Haiti is a bit different. Once you have lessons, and if you're in like primary school or in some of the secondary school too, if you don't know your lessons, they do this thing, they kind of hit you with a ruler, or some teacher might take it a bit too far. It's different, but at the same time, you learn a bit more. Haiti schools is mainly focused on mathematics, as opposed to everything else. It's more math. If you don't, you gotta learn to do math. It's algebra. It's mostly math.
What did your parents work as in Haiti?
My mom was a nurse in Haiti, and my dad was a soccer player when they were in Haiti.
Very cool. And both of them moved with you to the U.S.?
No, my dad moved there. He moved there before I was born. In 1991, he moved here early on. And then we didn't came. I came here in 2006, and my mom came 2011.
2006. That's
Yeah.
when I was born.
Wow.
So coming to the U.S., you came straight to Florida?
Yes, I came straight to Florida. We reside in Delray Beach at the time when I first got here.
And what was it like going into high school and not speaking the language?
You know, the funniest part is when I first came to the U.S., I lived in Delray. We were zoning for a school in Boca, Spanish River. And I think I came in February, and there were a couple of months left. Had to go to school, so I went to Spanish River. I did not meet not one Haitians there. And it was very hard, very, very hard, very, very hard. You know, from trying to understand what's being said. The teachers were having a hard time communicating as well. So there was, I believe around March, this lady had joined, this lady who is part of a band, I believe now in Haiti, which is really great singer. She started working there. She was the only one that spoke Creole. So she was running around trying to help us, getting us together, trying to translate for us. It was very strange. So at first, you know, as a very outgoing person, it was very by myself, like sitting by myself. Sometimes my brothers will come around, but it was very tough.
So you and your brothers both, or all of you guys, were in Spanish River together.
Yeah, all of us were in Spanish River.
And how were your grades? Were you able to keep them up, or because of the language barrier, it was too hard?
The first 4 months, I can't remember the grades, but they were not great at all, not at all.
And as soon as you came into high school, were you playing soccer for Spanish River?
No, I did not play for Spanish River. I only went to Spanish River for about 4 months. Then the new high school in Delray Beach, Atlantic High School, which used to be on Seacrest, had just opened on Atlantic, so I went there. There, I got to meet a lot of Haitians, a lot of Spanish that were more open to talking to us. There, I started playing soccer.
Okay, so you were still a freshman in high school.
I was still a freshman.
You transferred to Atlantic, and you started playing soccer.
Started playing soccer there, yeah.
And how was that experience?
You know, in Haiti, soccer is all we play. It's all we play, and this for some of the kids too. I hope they hear this and understand. In Haiti, we play soccer every day, every night. We play. However, here in the U.S., it's much different. And you can see it too, even if you have a professional that's playing in Haiti and they come here, you can see the difference. We play, but there's no conditioning. Running is not something we used to do. So when I started playing in high school, we had this 2 weeks of conditioning. They were the worst. So I had to start asking myself, is that something I really wanted to do? Am I good enough to do this? Can I still play? But I had a few friends. One of my actual best friends, he had moved here much longer before me. We reconnected. He would say, "You know what, man? You got this. You gotta keep going, keep pushing, keep going, keep going." So I'd keep going to the practices, conditioning, and then day by day things start getting better. Little by little, gets better. And I had a great coach. I'm gonna say this, rest in peace to Coach Mike Sicard. He was an amazing person. He would take us in, like, he would treat us with respect and help us through and through. If he sees, there's something there's something in there, the love for the game and this, he would help us. And from there, just never stopped.
So besides for soccer, what was your out-of-school life like?
Well, besides soccer, I used to play conga, like conga drum. So, playing church. Would go to church almost maybe 2-3 times a week. Would play, in youth choir and things like that. So I do those things.
And how was your relationship like with your father and your brothers throughout high school?
Throughout high school, well, me and my dad, remember, my dad is a huge Argentina fan. So we would sit there and just talk soccer. And if a game was on, I'd be in front, like sitting on the couch. He'd pull a chair right behind me so we could just talk. We would just talk. So we had a very, very, very close relationship until it passed. So we were very amazing. As for my brothers, they tried to get me to play basketball because I kept growing. I kept growing, and when I first got here, I think I was 5'6", and they were all taller than me. Within a year, I was maybe 6'2", and they all start like, you gotta play basketball. I remember I used to go to play Cinderella, like teen center, to play. I was horrible, like horrible. I don't know if you've seen the game. I was horrible, and I'm not going to lie, saying I was okay. I was a horrible basketball player. I even tried football one day, got hit one time, and that was it for me. I was like, I'm going to stay with soccer.
I would have had to imagine that if you would have hit the other people back, they might have quit football too. I mean, you're a pretty big guy.
See, that's the thing, right? When most people ask me what sport you play, you should be on somebody's field, doing this, doing that. Listen, so when I was in high school, I graduated as a senior. I was 6'3", 155 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So I was not a big guy.
You put on your weight later in life.
I put on weight when I decided, I couldn't do soccer anymore. When I felt my surgeries, when I could not do it anymore, so I started weightlifting. So I put on more weight from there on.
What year did you graduate high school?
2009.
So 2009. Where do you go after high school?
I went to West Virginia, which was different. Coming from Haiti, Florida, different.
Full ride scholarship?
It was 80% on the 80%
soccer?
scholarship for soccer. I wanted to be a mechanical engineer, which didn't finish with that because I left to play more soccer. And that's how, we got to play. I got to play, let's see. We did some semi-pro, a little bit of professional, and then the knee problem started. The knee problem started from there. And I don't think I failed because of the knee problems, really. I don't think I stopped playing, retiring because of the knee problems. I did because of lack of understanding. Not understanding, certain things. If you are hurt, it's okay to, say you are hurt. I can't do it. It's okay to seek help. Second opinions matter too. It's okay to, take your time. You don't have to prove like, oh, I'm this tough guy. I can do this. I can do that. It's okay to take a seat, reassess everything. Because when I got hurt, my knee, I had my first surgery. And I was making great progress, and I felt like I was ready to come back because I feared that if I didn't come back early, I might have not had the same chances. And I came back, re-injured the knee, got it second one. That one didn't work, and on my third surgery, I couldn't do it anymore. My love for the game at that time was just not there. I couldn't put myself through it because, as an athlete, every time you get injured, to come back, it takes time. It takes a lot of work. Mentally, you have to be strong, you have to be ready. And I hope every athlete, every kid that wants to play college, pros, or, just high school, you have to understand that there are moments where things may not go as planned. Things might be very hard for you. Things might be not going the way you want them to. You have to decide, is it time for me to give up? Or should I keep pushing? What should I do? It's okay to ask for help. You ask your coaches, you ask the people around you, because we don't know everything. We don't have all the answers. So it's best we ask the people that knows, more than we do. So on my part, my dad played pro in Haiti versus here, and the time is very different as opposed to him being able to tell me, you're hurt right now. You should listen to the doctors, don't wrap it up. Go do your PT and make sure you heal properly before you go back out there. My dad played in a time where it was, you have to be a hard man. And, injury was, you keep going no matter what. So that too take its toll on me, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So I had to be realistic. But don't mean it don't hurt, it took me maybe 2 to 3 years to finally finish make peace. After my last surgery, even when I was healed, I would not touch a soccer ball. I didn't touch a soccer ball for maybe 3 or 4 years after that.
Wow.
And it used to be so hurt. I used to get so hurt. I used to be so hurt. Like, I love this sport so much. I had spent so much time running miles and miles a day, doing all these, and why, when everything started to click, why everything, just had to fall apart. So it took everything. Then, I remember one day I was at work. One of the coaches that I actually played with at Atlantic High School, he called me and said, "Hey man, how you feel about coaching?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing it." And that was before my old high school coach had passed away. He said, he called me. So he says, "Pedy, what are you doing?" Well, I said, "I'm at home. Are you going back to school?" "I don't know yet." I said, "Why don't you come around, see the guys?" Then I would start going around. And I'd be like, "How would you like to coach JV?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can coach." I said, "Try it." And then just like that, I went back to the game, fall back to the game.
So for a while, you were scarred from all those
yeah.
injuries through soccer that you just didn't want to even look at a soccer ball.
I did not even watch it. I didn't watch it. I didn't touch the ball. I was just done. I thought I was just done.
So I want to backtrack just a little bit. So how many years did you spend at West Virginia?
West Virginia, I spent 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
How was your, out of soccer, how was your overall experience?
I know I don't want to live anywhere it snows. I know that for a fact. People are different, a little bit different. Not, everywhere has its ups and downs. I met a lot of great people there. A lot of great people. A lot. And I had never met anyone like from let's say India, Nepal, but in West Virginia I was able to make all these friends. So I'm glad I went to school there. The snow, not really my thing.
The cold isn't your thing.
Listen, it's the worst, right? When you coming from Florida, you gotta look fly when you're going to school, and this and that, and everyone telling you need to get ready for this. You need to get ready. But you buy these little jackets and things like that, and then when it actually snows, oh, it's bad. It's bad.
How did you decide that West Virginia was the school for you? Did you get other offers, or was that the only college that?
I had let's see. I had an offer from Bacon College. And I had at the time I think it was Northwood. I had a few schools. I just wanted to see what's out there. I just wanted something different. They were offering the best opportunity for what I wanted. Because, I wanted to do a major in mechanical engineer. They were offering everything that I wanted. So I chose to go there instead.
And in soccer, how was your overall experience at West Virginia?
It was really good. I didn't, I loved it.
Good
I loved
coaching?
it. Great coaching. A lot of hard working. When you think like you've learned so much from high school, and then when you get there, you get to learn how to be around people, how to be around different people. I remember there was my second year, the team that I played, and we play 11 players on the field. Every player was from a different country. So you get to meet so many people, great people. The coaching stuff was amazing. So I enjoyed it,
So overall, definitely worth it. Good
worth
experience.
it. Yeah, definitely worth it. I said to every athlete out there, if your dream school calls, if they don't call, you get an opportunity. I said, take it. Take it. You never know what can happen. Take it. I've met so many because I went to West Virginia, right? Because I went to West Virginia, I've probably been in to maybe 25 to 30 states in the U.S. I've been to so many different countries because of the connections that I've made, because of the sport that I choose to play. It's just amazing. The friends, like I have some of my best friends, I met in West Virginia. Like even my best friend used to live in Florida, we all went to school in West Virginia. He's just amazing. So I say, if an opportunity comes, you're an athlete, it comes, take it. Don't say, what, this school is too far, If you're getting a scholarship for it or your parents can afford it, I said take it, try. It's try. No matter what, try. It's one thing, like even though I've been hurt, I've had all those surgeries and all those injuries, and I'd be like, oh, I went through it. One thing I would never say is I regret it. I regret nothing. Knowing everything I know right now, even if you said, what, it's not going to be easy, you would let me redo it all over again, I'd do it all over again. I would do it all over. I would do it a little bit better, but I'd do it all over again.
So after those 2 years at West Virginia, where'd you go?
After those 2 years, I went to play in NPSL, which was I started in Wisconsin. What most people don't know is, about soccer is if you decide, you're going to play, you have to get consistent playing, with better players. College players, has really good college soccer has really good players, but however, when you're playing, like in a semi-professional team, you get more players. So I played in Wisconsin for a little bit, and then I had some friends. Some went to Germany. We had Iceland, and I decided to play in Greece a little bit. So that's where I played a little bit.
And how was your overall experience there?
It was, at first it was really good. But that's where all the problems started. I didn't get to spend as much time I wanted there. I did get the opportunity, you sign, you get training, you get to play. I didn't get the opportunity to show what I could really do. When that chance came, when I had the opportunity to play, everything just went downhill from there.
And you were getting paid playing for them?
Yeah.
And was the pay well?
It was nice, for a kid that just left college, that decided to leave college and to just play soccer, didn't have a plan. I did not have a plan.
And how long did you play there for?
I played about 6 months.
6 months. And after those 6 months, where'd you go?
After those 6 months, everything was just hectic. 6 months. I had my first surgery after 6 months, and I came down to Florida. Everything was hurting again. When after I did the rehab process, after surgery healing, rehab process, I felt strong enough. I went back to Wisconsin to play again with this my professional team, so I could get ready to go back. And then re-injured the knee. Then came back down here. Then met with a doctor in Delray Beach that was like, "Oh, you tear your ACL, you tear your PCL, your tendon is gone, so we're going to have to do cadavers, this and that." So yeah, I've been in Florida.
So while you were playing for Wisconsin, that's when your knee gave out in those first 6 months.
No, the first 6 months was in Greece.
Oh, okay.
The other 2 was in Wisconsin, because I was trying to work my way back to go play again.
So out of college, you went straight to Greece?
No, out of college, I went to Wisconsin to an NPSL team, like a semi-professional team.
So you went out of college, you went to Wisconsin?
Yes. From there, I went to Greece.
So you spent 6 monts in Wisconsin?
No, I spent a summer in Wisconsin.
So just a couple months, and then you went to Greece.
And then I went to Greece.
And how was Greece?
It was nice.
Nice, yeah.
It was nice, man. At one point, I started following one of my favorite teams was in Greece, like Aris. So I was a big Aris fan. Like if you go in my room, till now I have the banner like Aris. So yeah.
What was the team called that you were playing for in Greece?
I played for Aris.
Oh, you played for them?
I played for that team, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, all right. And how was the training there? How was the coaching?
It's different, you know. It's different compared to what I was used to.
Yeah.
So, like I said, in Haiti we played. It was there were no fitness towards it. When I came here in the U.S., it was more fitness, but over there it was more tactical, But you still needed the fitness to be able to do that. I
Mhm.
was up on that, but the tactical was just different. It was just different. Like, they say, oh, hard work beat talents. Only when talents not working as hard. So it was just a bit different.
And out of soccer in Greece, how was it? It must have been a little bit of a culture shock for
I
you.
didn't get to do much. I was so focusing on making it. I didn't get to do much. I wish I did. It's I hope to go back, soon. Because I didn't get to hang out much. The food were amazing. Food was amazing. But as for the, hanging out, nightlife, I didn't get to do any of those things. Because, I'm coming in. I'm an outsider. I wasn't going, like on a big contract. I went on a tryout. I got a chance. They said, oh, we love this guy, big guy. I got the opportunity, That was it. So it wasn't like a thing where I was already established, where I could, say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I was just making my way.
And so you spent 6 months there, and before the 6 months ended, that's when you tore your
Yes,
ACL.
that's when I did my ACL.
And was it your choice to leave, or did they tell you that they were cutting you due to your injury?
No, they didn't cut me due to my injury. I chose to come here to, do my surgery and do my rehab because I wanted to be around family to help me. Because, with the ACL, you can't really do much. Instead of, staying in a one bedroom, where I had to just wake up, you sitting by yourself, you're not doing anything. It's depressing, kind of. So I wanted to do it down here.
And after the surgery, how long did you spend rehabbing down here?
About 9 months.
9 months.
About 9 months.
And how was that?
It was hectic. The worst part about it is it's not even the surgery. The pain, the pain is there because the pain was there regardless. And then the rehab part, when they have to actually start moving your legs and things like that, that was there too. The worst part was getting back to fitness. Getting back to fitness was the worst part. That's where the pain was.
So that process of slowly coming back and playing soccer,
It's
that's
the worst.
a lot of pain in the knee.
It's the worst, right? It's the worst. So if you are right-handed, but you've never practiced writing with your left hand, and then all of a sudden you try to write with your left hand, you see how bad it is. That's how going back, like after the surgery, you did the rehab, now going back to play soccer again, the first few weeks is just as bad.
So it almost feels like all that strength, all that hard work you
Everything's
put
gone.
in your entire life, gone.
Gone.
Starting
Like,
from zero.
You're pretty much starting over. You know everything. You know the stuff. You know what you need to do. You know how to do it. You just can't do it the way you want to.
So after those 9 months of rehabbing, you then went back to Wisconsin.
I went to Wisconsin to, so I can get full team contact so I could play. And then from there, it started going well. I was not as fast or as like I was before. I wasn't that way, but that was expected because that's why I went back to Wisconsin to start the process again. And then from there, I just felt a sharp pain. And when I came back, MRI says, ooh, the ACL again. So like I said, I was just making my way. I went on a tryout in Greece and I got kept, and I was getting paid a little bit money. Nobody's going to say, "Ooh, your contract is still safe." I was not somebody they recruited. Just like I was playing, there might be 10 different kids that can do the same thing I can. So
You
I
must
lost
have been
that.
torn hearing that for the second time after getting that MRI.
That was just horrible. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to process it. That was.
What did you do to cope with the mental pain that you were in?
I watched a lot of chick flicks. A lot of chick flicks. I remember there was this show. What is it called? I forgot the name, but it was based on gymnastic. I used to watch. I watched that show maybe 10 times. I got into Star Trek. Like the Enterprise. I watched so many chick flicks in bed because I did not want to get the surgery done. I spent maybe 3 months watching chick flicks at home, sleeping every day. And I was like, Mom was like, well, if you're not going to do the surgery, you gotta get a job now. I'm like, well, I can't work. Okay, we're going to do the surgery. Did the surgery. Everything was working again. It's the third one that was just after when the third one says, "Oh, you shattered everything in your." How's that possible? How's that possible?
Yeah.
I just started working back again, and my knee keeps swelling up. But you're telling me I shattered everything, and you just had the surgery. I was like, yeah.
How long after the second surgery did the third one go?
The third one is 3 months after.
So you got the second surgery and you stayed in Florida to rehab.
Yes.
And during that rehab process,
Everything gone.
Wow.
Everything gone. And
How was it hearing the third one?
That one sucked. I said, well, I'm going to a different doctor. Since then, you might have seen my deadlifts and things like that. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I can't do this no more. I'm not going to put myself through it. That's when I had put on weight. I had put on weight and, it's like, I'm 3 years. I haven't played this in so long. Is it worth it? I just think I was not there mentally to do it. I just didn't want, I was scared. What happened if this happened a fourth time? I was scared. I was scared. I think that is part too. That's maybe one of the reasons I stopped, because I was very scared. I didn't want to have to go through the same pain again. So I call it quit. I just couldn't do it.
So after that third time, you kind of just came to an agreement with yourself.
I'm
done with soccer.
I'm not doing it.
What advice would you give to an athlete that is maybe going through the same experience with an injury after getting an offer, playing semi-pro or pro, and then all of a sudden injured? What advice would you give them to help cope with that and keep their head up during that process?
Rely on your family and friends. Try not to push anyone away. Any family members or friends that is still by your side, don't push them away. Rely heavily on them because you're going to need them. It is not easy. It is not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy road. You're going to need everyone that's willing to help you. So try not to push them away. If you feel like, you feel angry, it's okay. It's okay. You're only human, but try not to push the people closest to you away.
So after the third surgery, you kind of just said, "I'm done."
I'm done.
What did you do?
I stayed home. You
didn't get a job?
I didn't do the rehab. No, I was just.
How old were you at the time?
Let's see, how old was I? Oh, maybe 24, maybe.
So you're 24 years old.
Yeah.
You didn't get a job. You just stayed home.
Just for a good 7 months. Yeah.
Stayed home watching chick flicks.
At first, I couldn't work because I could barely walk.
Mm-hmm.
I could barely walk. So, I think the first 3-4 months, those were just, I was just there. I think if I did the rehab, I would have walked faster. My legs stayed straight for maybe 7 months. I could not do anything. So
after those 7 months,
I watch a lot of TV.
A lot of TV.
A lot. And on my laptop, I watched a lot. Then I was like, that's how I got to start fixing laptops. I was like, I watched a lot of TV. And then my laptops would just get really, really hot. I didn't leave my room. Leaving my room, go get food, shower. I went right back in my room. I was just watching. And then, I was like, maybe I could do computers. Then, started learning, slowly going back out there. I was never someone who partied, so that was easy. So I started, start looking for jobs and then start working. I still didn't really spend time with my friends or anything like that. I was just, there, and slowly, progress made progress.
Where did you get a job?
I started working at Sears.
Sears,
Yeah,
okay.
I started working at Sears, where I became after a few years, I became the appliance manager. Became the appliance manager until they went down. So I was with them for quite a few years.
So that was quite recently where you left Sears.
Yeah, in 2016, I think.
2016,
yeah.
okay. And
2016.
2016, Sears goes down. Where do you go?
I started doing the security. Started working, the armed security at the at the clubs, started doing that. I started doing that, and then I did that for a while. Well, I still do every now and then.
How is that working armed security? I'm sure you have some crazy stories you could share with us.
Oh, man. you know, I don't think I can talk about this.
Can't talk about it?
It's
Okay.
just so
if you can't talk about it, then we won't talk about it.
Let's just say if you get into security, any type of security, bouncer, any type, because I've done quite a few. If you can't fight or not willing to fight, I don't think it's for you. I don't think you should do it at all, because you're going to get tested. You're going to get tried and tested. So it's just not easy.
We do accept explicit content on this podcast. So if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. But whatever it is, we're willing to hear it.
Man, let's see. What's the worst thing? Worst thing that has happened? Not the worst. The funniest thing that has happened is, like when a group of wives decide to come get their husbands.
They catch their husbands at the club.
My God. The shoes can be weapons. The shoes can be weapons.
That's probably a funny sight to see.
It was fun and dangerous too, because whatever happens, the security mostly get blamed for it. Mm-hmm. But it was funny. It was funny.
That's probably an entertaining sight for you.
Of course. If that's the only thing that happens, that's a really good day for me. That's a really fun, good day for me, as opposed to, now everybody wants to, if they're fighting, next thing you know, everybody's shooting, that's how it is now. As opposed to those, if it's just the wife that's catching their husband, I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. They're not going to completely destroy their husband.
So you've been in shootouts at the club.
Yeah.
Can you talk about those?
Talk about them? Not really.
Okay. All right. It's all good.
Not really.
Anything else you could talk about from there?
From there, you can ask anything. Apart from the shootings, you can ask anything you want.
Any knives pulled on you?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I remember, man, when I first started working, my second week there, I guess this guy threw a drink on that girl face. Boom. I saw it. My second week working security. I was very new. I saw it. So I went in. Guy smaller than me. I went in, so I hold the guy around his shoulder so I could move him. Man, this man got me on some kind of lock. He moved me. This man lift me up. I'm like, ooh, I'm about to go down. So the best thing I could do is, I'm taller than him, so put him on a chokehold. Man, this man was like, ooh, now it's time to go. It's time to fight. Now, the whole time, man, this man is an MMA fighter. And then now somebody screaming, ooh, we're about to knock security out. The MMA fighter. I'm like, you're not going to knock me out. What's going to happen is we're going to jump you. You're going to jump you. That's what's going to happen.
So all the other security guards came
in? They there. Because, once you're new, I'm new. They don't know what I can do.
Yeah.
They don't know what I can do. So I was like, when I heard MMA, I was like, oh, nah, that's the problem, But I'm like, wait, I'm bigger than this guy, and I'm going to kick him straight in the chest, and whatever happens, happens. So I'm like, okay, you want to fight? Let's go. We'll fight. And then at first I was more doing it so maybe he would stop. when he square up, I was like, okay, then so be it. So I'm like, okay, whatever happens, happens. Now we're going to fight. I can fight. I don't mind. I'm not trained, but I could fight. I mean, I got training over the years, but at that time, no, I couldn't. I didn't have any trainings, but I could still fight. I'm like, I got size over you. If you knock me out, you knock me out. But if you let me grab you, I'm going. So I went, and he looked at me and was like, I respect you. I respect you. I'm like, why? I respect you. Then he walks away, and we've been cool since. I've gotten hit at the club with a bottle of Hennessy, full of Hennessy. I ripped my pants. That's how hard I was hit.
You were hit in the head?
No, I was hit in the back because I was trying to help somebody that was getting jumped. You know, when you're new, you don't understand certain things. Like fighting somebody on the ground, you're new. You're thinking, oh, I got to help this person on the ground. No, what the other ones that's thing up doing is they hitting whoever's on the ground. So when you bend down, I got hit with a bottle of Hennessy. I ripped my pants open. I got hit so hard. Or hit with
So what'd you do? You got up and you...
I got hit. I was so much pain. I just got up and that was it.
And what'd you do with the guy who hit you?
I couldn't find the guy who hit me. There was so many people around. Didn't even know who hit me.
Wow,
Didn't
that's
know
crazy.
who hit me. Or, you know. Now it's different, you know. I've been doing it for so long. You know, if something happens, I know how to go into it. You know, I know what to look for, who's looking and things like that, you know. And then you deal with the same clientele, like almost week in, week out. They know you. They know you. They understand, like, oh, you hit Pedy. No, it's going to be a problem. Because Pedy will not stop. You know, things like that. Oh, don't hit Pedy, man. Pedy good people or this, that. So it's a little bit different. Because you have to... You know, respect in that field is earned as opposed to given. It's not given. You got to earn that respect.
So it's kind of the same people that are coming back to the club.
Yeah, they're
day
the
by
same
day.
people.
So they all know you. So it's not
They're
like
the
new
same people.
faces every day.
It's,
So you've kind of earned that respect.
there are some new faces. You know, there are a lot of new faces every week. You know, it's not always the same, but majority of the people that comes there are always there. So they know over the years. Let's say, you know, I've been doing that type of work for maybe 7 years. Or is it 7 years? Yeah. Those they know, like, they've seen me so often. They understand and they've seen me in actions and things like that.
You've earned their respect.
Yeah, so you've earned. But at the same time, you know, you have to understand when people fighting, they don't really care. So you have to go in that mentality. Well, you hate me now, I'm gonna
Especially
hit you
when
back.
drunk people are fighting, they're not
care.
thinking
They don't
straight.
care.
They'll do anything.
They'll do anything. So you have to always be careful with that type of work. Do I love? I mean, it's work. Love it. Want to retire soon and doing it, but you know, for now.
You also work security at a school. Same school I go to. That's how we know each other.
Yeah. I remember, man.
Any stories you want to talk about from there? Anything crazy happen?
Anything crazy? Not really. It's very cool. You know, I can't. You know, with the school is different. You know, as you can see, like the way I am with all the kids. You know, so everybody, you know, communicate through me. You know, if there is concerns or things like that, they'll come and talk to me. So with these things, unless it's something that I have to go to, you know, a counselor to get help for a student, you know, these things usually stays. You know, they're private. You know.
Right.
So if they ask me questions, if it's something I can answer, you know, I tell them what I would do. You know, I tell them what I would do.
So you have a lot of students coming to you for advice.
Yes.
All the students, by the way. You must be the favorite security guard at the school. All the students love you there.
All of the students, you know, it's so hard. And the worst part about it is, like, for instance, since what, 7th grade or
7th grade?
The
first year you came.
First year. So I know your name pretty well. You know, I've been around pretty much all your family members pretty well. So I remember you, and I remember maybe the school probably has over 1,000 kids. I think close to 1,000.
I think it's around 1,200.
Around 1,200. I probably know the name of close to 700 kids.
Wow.
And the worst part about the problem that comes with this is some of the kids have the same names. And some of them that I don't know their name, they know my name. So when they call me, they want to ask me something or do the conversations and things like that. As you can see, like all the announcements, if they need someone, I'm always doing them. So it's not remembering the kids that I don't see all the time, the kids I don't see often. So I'm like, oh,
sometimes you just forget.
I forgot the names. And sometimes, like, I remember the last names, with the kids, sometimes calling them by the last name. They're like, "Ooh, you don't know my name." I'm like, "But it's your last name." "No, you don't know my real name. You don't know my first name." I'm like, "I do, but I just don't want to mess it up so bad." But I love it. I love working at the school. I love working at the school. It's not something, I've coached high school, but as for working in a school, not something I wanted to do. Like, it was like something I was really looking for. I did not know how things was going to turn out until, I got the call. "Hey man, you want to work?" That was around the time my son was born, and I was pretty much working every night, and then I'd go home and be crying because I put it on my chest and go to sleep. I'd be tired, and Dwight call me. "Hey man, we're hiring if you want a job," and I got to meet and some great people over there, and I've been there since. I love it. It's one of the jobs that I really appreciate.
5 years there. It's a long time.
It's about to be 5 years. Almost 5. Wow.
It's crazy. Time goes by fast.
Yeah. It's real nice. Maybe I'll wait till you graduate and then I'll be gone.
I'm gone next year. I'm going early admissions to Palm Beach State, so I won't be on campus next year.
That's nice, man. That's nice.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Okay. Wow.
I'll still be around, be at the sports games. I'm still enrolled in the school. I still graduate with them. I go to prom, homecoming, all that. Just all of my classes will be at Palm Beach State and not at the school.
See, that's really good, sir. See what happens when you do all the works. That's nice, man.
Thank you.
I like that. Wow.
So I want to talk a little bit about your knowledge in computers and little story during COVID. Everything was on Zoom. I had to use my laptop for everything, go to my classes, and all of a sudden it breaks. First guy I call up, Pedy. You invite me over to your house. I give you my computer. You take the entire thing apart. You send me videos of you. My computer's in shambles. I mean, I didn't even know that my computer was made of that many pieces. And you were able to figure out exactly.
Was that the one with the motherboard?
Yeah,
the one with the
motherboard problem.
Bro, that computer motherboard is so expensive.
Yeah, and then you figured out the problem, and you gave me advice, and you were like, "This is an expensive motherboard. I would probably just buy another laptop."
Yeah, it was so bad. The computers, man. This is how I learned. In which now I'm majoring in network cybersecurity. This is how I learned. I have a friend, my best friend. We used to live together when I was in West Virginia. He was majoring in computer science, but I don't know how he did it. He figured out how to fix computers, because in school they don't really teach you how to fix computers. You take one class, I think, one class that teach you certain things about computers, like the hardware part. And I would watch him fix computers. Then I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do that. I'm not going to I might have destroyed maybe 2 computers before if you touch this, you touch that. Or before I figured out, you could go on YouTube and learn every part, like the MOSFET and things like that, how to reflow a motherboard, how to do all these things. And during COVID, I might have fixed close to 1,000 computers.
Wow! So it almost became like a full-time job for you.
It was amazing. Like, might have been like the best job that I had. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going.
And right now you're in school
to be network cybersecurity, which I'm enrolling in at FAU for a couple more classes. I was at Palm Beach State, the school you're going to, and I'm looking in the summer to take some classes at FAU for that.
Okay, and when you get that degree, what do you plan on doing with it?
Sky's the limit. Sky with cybersecurity, sky's the limit. I want to do my own thing. But at the same time, you should also gain experience. You gain experience. I would not mind, healthcare or startup companies and things like that. Build my own things.
So PD wants to be his own boss. He doesn't want anyone telling him what to do.
Of course, man. Of course.
Understandable.
That's it's either that or become a crypto man. One of the two,
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Crypto did you pretty well.
Crypto did pretty well.
Let's talk about it.
Oh man, crypto did me pretty well. Now still waiting for the next round. The next round might be even better.
So what was the biggest hit for you? Bitcoin?
No. I've not even the most. I can say that one because that one I'll say. The most money I've had in Bitcoin was probably like $10,000. That was it. I didn't really care for Bitcoin. The best for me might have been Celsius and Shiba.
So those altcoins.
Yeah, altcoin was the best.
And you took those to the moon.
No, I should have waited. I did really good. Like really.
You came up big though.
Really good. Like extremely. Like really.
That's good
really
to hear.
Good.
Love to hear.
Really good. That's why I say, I wish, because around the time I went to school, was going to college, in 2009. I think that's when Bitcoin was just coming out. I think that's around the time Bitcoin was just coming out. Yeah. Check to see. I think that's around the time.
May 2010.
May 2010. So around this time. Okay. So
I'm sorry. What was it? 2009.
Yeah.
2000.
I had this Nigerian friend named Obed. He was talking about Bitcoin. So with the thing, when and on the scholarship that I was on, I could also file for like the Pell Grants and things like that. I remember like when my grant dropped, I went to get a car. Obed was like, "Bro, you should invest in Bitcoin." I'm like, "What's that, man? It's another scheme." Because in Haiti, we've had those schemes, where you put money in, they tell you you're going to make money, and everything folded. Like my parents went through it, so I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." And Obed was kind of like a little iffy too, and I was like, "Oh, I wish I listened." So now I have this. Well, it's not financial advice, nothing like that. I say for anyone your age, from 16, 17 to 25 and 26. If you are at home or in college, you're working, you don't have kids, you don't have any of those things, don't get that. For me, if I could go back and do it again, don't get that new car. When I get that new car, I would probably not even get a car. I'd be bullish. Those ages are when you take all the risk. You take the risk. The worst that can happen, you lose the money. Because even if you buy the new car, you have that car. By the time you're 25, 26, that car is an old car. Take the chance. I would say take all the chance. Take all the risk that you can. Invest. If it's you're doing all this altcoin, you want to do NFTs, whichever it is, you want to do crowdfund, take the chance. You have nothing to lose at that age. Because whatever money you make, you're working for is not going to make you a millionaire. You might make like $1,000 a week. You're making $2,000 a week, or $1,000 every 2 weeks, or $2,000 every 2 weeks. Sorry, it's not going to make you a millionaire. But take the chance. Take risk. Don't say, "Oh, I wish I did." Don't be that guy. Just take the chance. And whatever happens, it happens. If, like, for instance, if you take some money, every month, you buy one of these low meme coins. Whatever is new that's coming out, you put $500 or $1,000 on it every month when, whatever you left behind. And let's say you invest in 20. It takes 1 to change your life completely. Just one to change your life completely. Why not take the risk? Whatever happens, it happens. You could have 500K in the bank, or you could have 500 million in crypto. You take the risk. Do whatever you do.
Where do you see the future of crypto going? We saw a recent pretty big crash over the past year. It's starting to catch up a little bit, starting to go back up a little by little again. But where do you see it going in the next couple of years?
I think Bitcoin will continue climbing. It's going to hit all-time high. Everybody's saying, it's going to hit $1 million within 90 days, this and that. I don't think that's going to happen. What I think is going to happen, let's say around December, or around the elections, things like that after the elections. I think it's going to be either a huge drop or huge gain. Now, I do believe crypto is here to stay. I do believe it's here to stay. I do believe there will be many, 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 many more millionaires or billionaires to be made because of cryptocurrency, because of all these altcoins. I also believe a lot of people will get scammed as well.
That's definitely something we saw a lot of
scamming
during COVID. Everyone on their computers,
oh my God,
draining their wallets, draining their bank accounts. We saw a lot of that.
A lot of scamming. So
a lot of pump and dumps.
Ooh. But for the person who understands crypto or understands trading, pump and dump is probably the best way to make money. If you understand, if you're going to put your money, you want your money to be a little bit safe in the crypto space, you go with your Ethereum or you go with Bitcoin. If you are going to, let's say, you go on Twitter, you see, this one crypto that has 16 zeros is going to go up, and you decide to put your money on it. Once you make profit, let's say, you wake up, your money is 20 times what it was. I say, take your profit, take your profit. Because it don't work like that, money don't work like that.
Yeah. So you're pretty much what you're saying is you never know when it's
you
going down.
You never know.
So if it goes up, take your money.
Take your money. Take your profit. But still leave something in there. Because, the same thing that happened with Shiba Inu, it could happen with other cryptos too. It will happen with other cryptos too. So take it. My big thing right now, I hope they can sponsor, Floki. I love Floki right now. It's on crypto.com.
Floki, FLOCKEY?
No, it's like FLOKY, I think, or KI. It's on crypto.com. They added it a few months ago.
It's at 0.00003366 currently.
Yeah, I say, I think they'll do exactly what Shiba Inu did, because they're being added. Because remember, at the same time, either was when on crypto.com, when Shiba Inu was first added, I think $32 will get you either 70 million or 7 million Shiba, just $32.
It's a lot of money.
So would get you all that. Imagine if you had put $3,000 on that, when 32 would get you that 70 or 7 million. And the same with Floki, I think $80 will get you either 7 million or 10 million, I'm not sure. I say, look for these, take a risk. Whatever happens, happens. If you put money in 10 crypto, I think maybe if you are very unlucky, all 10 of them go to zero. But on the off chance, just one of them do what Shiba Inu did, you're set. That's when you say, I just made $7 million, or I just made 500K. You say, you made 500K. Remember to pay your taxes. That's the big thing.
Just
gotta pay your taxes.
A couple weeks ago, tax day came around, and
they destroyed me.
They took a good amount of my money too.
They destroyed me.
It wasn't a great day.
It was not
for
fun,
me.
No. They destroyed me, but you gotta pay your taxes, and then that's when you say, I make that money. I got this. oh, now I'm going to open this account where I invest on those dividend paid stocks, where you're making money. We're using this money to reinvest or put in your pocket, whatever it is. But you take chances. I always say this, like I coach as well now. I always say this to all my players: you miss 100% shots you don't take, and I've heard that from like growing up too. So I always tell them the same thing: you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if you are that age, again, not financial advice. This is if I was between the age of 16 to 26, I would go berserk on all of this crypto. If I'm working, instead of going out, buying that Gucci, buying that, I would invest my money.
You brought up coaching this year. It's your first year at the school.
Yeah.
You're coaching JV soccer.
Yes.
How was that this year?
My first year coming back to coaching, I think we did great. We had a 7-3-3 record.
Okay, not bad.
Which was pretty good, pretty decent. We're setting up. It was a challenge. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but I'm glad I said yes when I was asked. So I'm actually making plans for next year to have an even better year, and then hopefully, in that process, I can go in again, have my own team, my own program, so we can keep doing that.
Is there a part of you that wants that varsity coaching spot?
At the school, no. The guys there, they're amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the soccer coach there now, he's a great coach.
Oh, he's great.
Coached me in volleyball this year.
Yes, he's a really good person.
They won the district champs last year. Yeah. They fell short this year, but
he's really good. He's amazing, man. Coach Eric and Coach Quincy, they're really good. And talking to them, I would always joke around with them, and getting to coach, getting to be around them, it's just amazing. Like, I do eventually want, keep learning from them. I do want to keep learning from them for a year or two, and hopefully have my own program. I can come, play against them, and try to beat them a little bit.
So at a certain point, it is your goal to get that varsity spot, whether it's at this school or another school or your own program. I don't want to take that. I don't think
it might not be at this school that I'm at now, but it is my dream to take that. It is my dream to go further with it too. I want to be involved in the sport more now. I took a step back after everything happened. I feel like I have so much that I can teach, and so much I can help kids, that might have been going through the same thing that I went through, or kids that came from different background, or a kid who's not as strong or may not be as good, thinking that I can improve. I feel like I have so much more to
So you feel like it's your turn to give back?
Give back, yes.
Show everyone what you have learned. Teach some kids. Mentor them.
Yes. And also making sure if anybody ever get put in the same position that I was in, that they have someone they can ask for advice. That, Coach Pedy, I'm doing with this, and that. What you think I should do? Making sure first, where are you mentally? What you feel like you want to do? You want to continue? Is that something you feel like you want to do? And so we can push forward with that. So I definitely want to continue. Even when I'm working my own thing, I want to continue. I have a son. I've been trying to get this man to play soccer, but I don't think this man will really, really, really want to play soccer, because he's been saying he's tall. So he just turned 4. He's 4'3". So he don't want to play soccer, man. He's been playing football or basketball. So I've been having to learn almost all this sport. Like I said, I'm horrible at basketball.
You don't got to be good to coach him. You just got to learn how to play the game.
I'm learning. But sometimes he'll ask me to do it with him. And I just be like, I can't do this, man. I can show you how to bounce the ball. Yeah. So I've been going after Coach Zach. I've been like, man, you got to teach kids, bro. It would be amazing. Start with the 4 years old. So I've been talking to him, trying to get him to start coaching the kids. So we'll see.
So you bring up your son. What does your son mean to you? What is it like having a son? What has he done for you over the 4 years that he's been with us?
I say he saved my life. He saved my life. Because of him, now I'm doing everything I can just to make it, to have an amazing life, to give him an amazing life, to give him everything I didn't get. He saved my life. And I never knew a person could do that to another person, I never knew. And he's just amazing. He's an amazing son. He's great. So he's everything right now. So that's my guy. As you can see, like I'll be coaching, sometimes he'll be running around on the field.
Right. I came to I made it to one JV game this year, and you guys took the win, and your son was there by your side, coaching with you on the bench.
That's my guy, man. That's my guy. He's amazing. That's my guy. So I take him everywhere. Man. I take him everywhere. He's not here today because he's hanging with his mom. So, but we're just, I love it. I never knew, what it would be like to be a dad. I mean, I had an amazing father. He was always great. He would always say, "You know what, man? I have 7 of you guys. You see what I did? I never let any of them be on their own. I'll make sure I take care of all 7 of you." He says, once you have kids, and life changes, you gotta make sure you take care of your kids. So I live by these words. I'm like, always take care of your kids. Give them everything because nobody else is going to do it for you. Make sure you're there for them. So he definitely saved my life and changed everything. And it was time too. I'm getting old, man. It was just time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
Thank you.
All right. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else going on in Pedy's life that
Pedy's life
you wanted to bring up?
Pedy's life. No. Pedy's doing everything from
all right, I like
the
that.
security, crypto, going to school, setting up events, well, for grown folks, of course, 21 and up. So I'm doing everything. I'm getting involved in everything. If it's to make a living, to make sure when I'm older that I can retire comfortably or to have my own company. Right now is to do everything that I can, everything legally, to make sure I have the life that I want. So I'm involved in almost everything right now. If it's legal, it's clean. I'm involved in it, and trying to make a living.
You feel like you're accomplishing that right now. You feel like you're in all the spaces you want to be in, doing everything you want to do.
I don't think I'm doing everything I want to do. But I'm there. I'm making progress. It's very profitable at the moment. Progress is being made. I can't complain because I'm putting myself out there. So whatever comes, however it works, even if I fail today, I'll go back tomorrow, see where I failed at, and then to continue again. So definitely making progress. I definitely like where I am right now.
That's awesome, man. Keep it up.
Thank you.
First guest, so honored to have you on. Thank you so much for coming on. It means the world.
Thanks a lot for having me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that you chose me, and I was just happy. I was like, wow, okay, that's nice, man. I love this, and I hope one day it's like the Joe Rogan show. Like
Joe Rogan, I'm coming for you, bro.
There you go. Hey, and I hope one day I get to come back again.
Of course,
see how everything goes.
You're always invited.
I can't wait, man.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of ZQUAKE. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell button so you never miss an episode. Follow us at ZQUAKE Pod on all socials. Pedy, is there anything you want to promote? Your Instagram, anything?
Oh, man. Follow Mr. Nobody.
I have it right here. At Peda 1991, PEDA 1991 on Instagram. Until next time, peace.
Peace out.
Wow.
That was great.